Hi guys, so sorry this video is such crappy quality. This is the only camera I can use, but will let me edit it. So I just got done writing my 100 things God has given me that the idea sparked from Teresa Brainard, who is holding the free reborn doll contest, which by the way is an amazing thing. And not only the fact that I just wanted to enter because maybe I might have a chance of winning, but I also wanted to enter because it gave me time to sit down and actually think of the things that I was grateful for. And I took a very long time to come up with this list. It is actually 5 pages long. So I kind of want to read it to you. I have a feeling this is going to be a long video. But yeah, so here it goes. This might be in 2 parts, it might be in 1. The first thing I have is my grandmother, who is way more than a mother to me than any mother I could ever ask for. And I am so thankful to God that He gave me to her, because I'd love to be with my mother, but you can't always get what you want. You can't always get the cookie cutter family. And I'm just glad that I have the cookie cutter shape that God has given me, because my grandmother means the world and more to me. The second thing is living in America. Home of the free, land of the free, home of the brave. Jeez, can't believe I just forgot that. I definitely love being able to go outside without having to wear a face thing or like be worried that I'm going to get shot in the face for no reason. I don't know. I'm grateful that I was given my 5 senses: sight, sound, smelling, tasting, touching. I think I would be a train wreck if I was missing one of those things. Of course, I'd get by, but still, I mean, I'm glad that I have the ability to say that I can witness or feel all of these things. God has given me a beautiful singing voice, and I'm not saying that as narcissistic or anything, but my mother used to always tell me that when I was a little girl, I would sit down and I would sing with her. And I sounded exactly like the people on the radio, like I could mimic anything. I don't know. Having 5 showers every week. Of course, I could have more if I wanted. But, I mean, sometimes I don't even take 5. And I don't mean that to be gross or anything, but I do have the water. And I can choose whenever I would like to. It's not like you need to take a shower now, and it's going to be cold, and you're not going to have anything to wash yourself with. No, I'm grateful that I have a working shower. Water in general. Number 6 is all of my nice things that have either been given to me or my grandmother has bought me, or I have even bought myself with money that I've earned. And I think God has literally given all of us the opportunity to earn things that we either deserve or sometimes we don't. And I mean, I know that there are a lot of things that I've acted very ungrateful for, which I should have acted way more maturely and more like, oh my God, thank you so much for presenting me with such nice things, because my grandmother literally does bend over backwards for me. And I am doing as much as I can to give back. The privilege to dance. And by that, I mean my dance classes and everything like that. I help teach, and that is amazing. I love it so much. You wouldn't ever hear me complain in dance, because it's just something that I love to do. And I mean, even if I couldn't take dance classes, I would still be out there in the kitchen dancing to no music if I could. And if I had no place to live, I would dance outside, to be honest with you, because it makes me really happy. I'm glad that God gave me the personality that I have, because I'm very bubbly and outgoing, but I can be strong and independent when I have to, which is apparently a really good characteristic to have. I can tolerate people that maybe I wouldn't want to tolerate on a daily basis. I can be your best friend, or, well, you know what I mean. Like, I can be someone's best friend or whatever. My animals, and all animals in general, I mean, they're all a creation of God, but God definitely gave me tender, loving, cuddly bug animals. And my cat's actually over there sleeping on my bed right now, and it is the cutest thing ever. Hold on, I just need to see if this is recording. Okay, thank God. Sorry. Oh my goodness, I use the term God so much. I guess that would be another thing I'm thankful for. But my hair, because I do know people that don't have hair because of either cancer, or there's a woman, Peggy, she goes to my church. She doesn't have any hair because she was born without hair, and just her hair follicles don't grow. She doesn't have hair anywhere on her body, and it's kind of a peculiar disease, and she was on the news in our area once, but I mean, she's a beautiful woman. She doesn't wear wigs. She doesn't draw on eyebrows. She goes out like she's part of everybody else, because that's exactly what she is. And she does have a little bit of problem with like her eyelashes and stuff, because she does get stuff in her eyes, and it sucks. But she is very beautiful in general, and I'm just thankful that God gave me the hair that's on my head and arms and legs and blah 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 blah, even though we all shave our leg hair and everything. Even, like, we should still be grateful for the fact that we have the privilege to do that. Another thing I'm grateful for is my education. The education I'm receiving is a Regents education, and that is a part of the New York curriculum. I'm going to be graduating with a Regents diploma, but parts of my class will be graduating with advanced Regents diplomas. And some people in my grade are actually graduating next year instead of this year, because I am a sophomore. And also, part of my education, my teachers are hands-on with everything. And if I ever need one-on-one, I know that I can schedule time with my teachers to have one-on-one sessions where I can just go up and be like, I don't understand this, and they will explain it, and it just clicks. It just clicks in my brain, and I just remember it because it was something that they had personally given to me. And I'd just like to say thank you to the Lord for giving everyone in America the ability to get an education, because education is so critical. Well, I mean, we could live without it, but it's definitely a privilege that I think everyone enjoys, whether they say they hate school or whether they don't. I mean, it's hormones that are telling us, oh my God, I hate school. But soon we're going to be like, oh my God, I wish I could be in school again. Sorry I keep saying, oh my God. It's starting to bother me too. I'm sorry. The stars. I love the stars. Like, I'm not even kidding. Me and my friends can just lay outside and look up at the constellations and actually, like, know which ones they are. And it's just so pretty. There's so many nights that I remember laying outside and just looking up at the stars and being like, I'm glad that I live in a rural, or not rural, it might be rural, I don't know. Living in an area where there's like nobody, so that the lights are all low and you can see the stars clear as day, and they're beautiful. They're just beautiful. I love them. Having 3 meals a day, even though sometimes I skip lunch because, I mean, our school food isn't the best, but at least we get food. That's something to look forward to. But, I mean, if I get really hungry, I will eat lunch. But if I'm not really hungry, I'll get some chips, or maybe I'll get a snack or something. And that's another thing I'm grateful for, because the Lord has given me the opportunity to choose pretty much what I want to eat. And I mean, that's awesome. Number 14. I can't believe I'm only on number 14. Getting hugs from people. I don't know what it is, but hugs, like, they just make me feel safe and secure. Like, I don't know what it is, but they definitely do make me feel, like, happy and bubbly. I feel like I'm a little kid again every time I get a hug. My friends, who who God has led me to that have positively helped me change my own life. I don't have a lot of friends. I'm not exactly popular, but I am who I am, and I mean, I'm not going to change for anybody, but God has given me the friends that accept me for who I am, and I love them so much, and I am grateful for every single one of them. The smile on my face, and by that I mean my teeth, because there was one point in my life where my front tooth was completely missing. My teeth were all bunched together, and it was just a hot mess. But I mean, I stuck through it. People bullied me, people picked on me even, and I was like, seriously, they're my teeth. I use them to eat, I don't use them to please you. And it's just made a giant impact on my life. My teeth have. They've made me stronger, but eventually, when I learned to accept the fact that my teeth probably weren't going to change, God gave me the miracle of changing them and making them beautiful, and giving me someone that could help me make them beautiful. And I'm so, so, so thankful for that. God finds a way to get you by. No matter what, things happen, but everything will work out eventually. And God makes it that way so that we learn things. And God's a busy guy. I mean, yeah, he's got a lot on his plate, but he does a very good job. Freedom of speech, another perk of living in America. I mean, I don't have the freedom of speech to start swearing off the wall at you right now, because that's totally inappropriate. But the fact that I can talk and just know that no one's going to say, oh, you're going to be put to death for this. Like, people in ancient times, they literally couldn't say the things they wanted to say because they were too afraid of being put to death. And I was like, oh, wow, that's kind of scary. 12 minutes. Oh, God. Oh, God, make my video shorter. Kira Savannah Mullen. I am so grateful to have that little girl in my life. She has taught me so many things, especially like parenting skills and stuff like that, because when I'm older I definitely know how I can handle things. It's not always easy, and I mean, the fact that that beautiful little girl is on this planet is a miracle. I love Kira. She is so cute, and if you knew her in person, you would be like, that is the cutest kid ever. My natural face, which, by the way, does not need makeup to be beautiful. Oh, but it does need contacts. No, I'm just kidding. That's also another thing on here is about my eyes. But right now I'm talking about my natural face, which I am very thankful for, because a photographer that actually took my photos a while ago when I was younger said that I had a perfectly proportional face. And I was like, yeah, of course I do. But it's definitely a blessing to know that I have a face. I mean, I do. I have eyes, I have a nose, and I have a mouth. And I burped, excuse me. I have, like, some people might not say it's a 5-star face, but of course it's my face, so I think it's 5-star no matter what. Another thing would be technology, such as this camera, that computer, that keyboard, my cell phone, the light bulb up there, technology, everything, growing and changing, the wheel, money, everything, even though money kind of messed everything up. I mean, God wants all this here for a reason. He's made all of these people that have come to life, and just, like this one guy, I'm going to make a wheel, okay? He makes a wheel. God made him, so he makes a wheel. God made a wheel. Even though it's man-made. Whatever. Page 2. I think this is going to have to be a parts video. Sorry. Number 22. People that love and care about me, who push me to do well. And there are a lot of those in my life, but there's also a lot of negative Nancys in my life that are like, oh, you should just give up because honestly, no one really cares. But then there's people that are like, are you kidding? Are you seriously going to listen to that? Are you seriously going to take in what they said and actually use it? No, exactly. Another thing I'm important for is my orthodontist, Dr. Cooney, who has done an amazing job. And of course, another thing is my bipolar disorder. Yes, I am grateful for the disorder, that the chemical imbalance that was in my brain. I am 100% grateful for it because, one, it's made me so much stronger. It's made me learn radical acceptance. It's made me learn to be wiser. Like, I don't know. I've definitely learned how to cope with it, and I learned how to cope with people who have it and people that don't understand it. Like people that are like, oh, you're so bipolar. No, you're not bipolar. You have bipolar. Bipolar is not you, which is the main thing that I have learned. My own room that I sit in right now, my own room, it's beautiful. It's big enough for me to walk around in. And I mean, it's not a 5-star California dream room or whatever, but it's, to my standards, beautiful. I can hang things on my wall because my landlord doesn't mind the little holes in the wall because he's going to knock them down eventually, apparently, as soon as we move out or something. Yeah, I'm just grateful that I have my own bedroom because at one point I didn't. When I was younger, me and my grandma actually had to share a room. And I mean, I didn't mind that at all. But this is amazing, just knowing that I waited so long to have my own room, and now I do, and I love it. Sorry, I make weird noises. My hands, because without them, I wouldn't be able to pick up things, or drop my camera like that, or drop my mouse, because you know I'm not much of a klutz. Like, you use your hands to do everything, to snap, to clap, everything. Love my hands. I don't have any food allergies except for mushrooms, which I don't like mushrooms anyway. So, I don't have any food allergies. I do have other allergies, but oh well. I mean, life is what life is. A cozy, comfy bed. I love my bed with all my heart. I think I love it a little too much because I never want to leave it in the morning. Heat in my house. We definitely have heat because my grandma always cranks it up because it's not very expensive for us. It's definitely a privilege to know that we don't have to freeze or anything. My ability to do things for myself, like go get myself a drink, go get myself a job, go get myself an education. I can do a lot of things by myself, and the Lord has given me that opportunity. I can't even see where I am. 31. The ability to enjoy my teenage years responsibly. I have made some stupid mistakes, but I mean, who hasn't? But I've definitely made wise enough choices that wouldn't ruin my life, and that has definitely made me a better person, knowing how to choose right from wrong. Number 32, my creative abilities. I can draw for the most part. I can, oh my gosh, you guys need to see this. I drew this today in study hall. It's a pig. Isn't he cute? My creative ability, my cooking ability. I do not burn ice. That's the term that my mom uses for herself. She's like, I could burn ice. Are you kidding? I was like, Mom, you can't burn ice. It'll turn into gas. But, yeah, like, I can cook cookies, and I can cook fudge, and I can cook yummy sweets and stuff, and it just makes me so happy that people are like, oh my god, this is delicious. It just makes me feel better inside, because, like, I know that I made something that people are really going to love. Having great memories. I do remember a lot. For some reason, I just kind of just remember things. But having the greatest memories are always the best, because even if you don't remember them off the top of your head, you get that one little hint and you're just like, oh, that was the best time of my life. My life lessons. Yeah. Learning things along the way of life. Knowing do not lie to your parents. It's bad. I've done it, and yes, it makes you feel like an awful person. I don't like it. My family. My family 100%. Even though I don't live with anyone except for my grandma, my family, I always know they're going to be there. They're just a phone call away or just a click away, which is another thing I'm grateful for, which is the internet, which has the ability for me to look up things that I need, or just to talk to my family members who I miss very much. Cheerleading. I love being a cheerleading. I love being a cheerleader more than like anything. It's a part of my dance history. I only do cheerleading in, I can't remember. I think it's like November to February maybe, and it is just so much fun. I love cheerleading. My ability to dream. I love having dreams. Like, even if it's a nightmare, just knowing the fact that my brain was creative enough to come up with that to scare the crap out of me, it's just so, like, it's such an adrenaline rush. Like, it's nice to know that you can do that. My braces, they were free. My orthodontist told me, if you promise me you will take super good care of your teeth, I will not charge you a penny. And I was like, are you kidding? Oh my gosh, it was amazing. But that was my second round of braces. Of course I had to pay for my first set of braces. My second round of braces was because I was, irresponsible. And I left my retainer out where my dog could get a hold of it, and he tore it apart. So I didn't get to wear my retainer for like a month, and then when I went back to the orthodontist, he said, you're going to need braces again. And I was like, oh no! But they were free, so. And then I made him some cookies, and my dog ate those too. And then he told me he hated my dog, and I was like, oh, that's so mean. You don't hate my dog. You don't know my dog. My ability to determine what's right and what's wrong, in my eyes anyway. Like, if I see something going on that can be stopped by me, I will definitely stop it. Like bullying. If you're bullying someone who does not deserve it in the least, I will not bully you back. I will simply say, you are being a bully. And that is very disrespectful. And I'm glad that God has given me the voice to speak up for people and stick up for them. My prayers, even though some go unanswered, it's totally fine with me, because the ability that I have to hold my hands, put my head down, and tell the Lord exactly what I want. Well, not what I want, but exactly like what's going on in my life and everything. It's like a journal that no one else can read. I love praying. I do. I really do. Watching TV and listening to music. I mean, some people don't have the luxury of sitting down and getting to watch some, like, NCIS with their grandma, because I do that a lot. We have the cable where you have up to 1,000 channels, and I mean, we don't use like any of them, so a lot of them are blocked. But it is a nice privilege to be able to say, hey, I can watch this. I can. And to listen to music freely and be able to choose what kind of music I would like to listen to. My ability to see in color, because my best friend Ben, he is colorblind completely, and he sees in black and white. And he has never seen color a day in his life. And I'm just like, oh, it's red. And he's just like, I don't see red, I see black. And I was just like, do you even like know what red looks like? And he's like, no, none at all. So I'm grateful that I can see the color red, I can see the color yellow, I can see the color blue, and I can see every other color in between. I love being able to see in color. My glasses, which I'm not wearing, I'm wearing contacts because I'm fortunate enough to have contacts too. without my glasses, I would be practically legally blind because I have a very hard time seeing, because my father does not have 20/20 vision, and my mother is nearly blind too. So their genetic codes mixed together made my vision kind of crappy. But I mean, just knowing the fact that I can pop my glasses on and start reading just makes everything better. 45, my bus, which gets me to and from school. I love my bus. My bus driver is so funny and witty. She is amazing. I love Barb. She makes the bus ride more enjoyable by turning up the heat and turning down the heat when we want it, and keeping the little kids in line so that they're sitting down, seatbelts buckled, looking out the windows, and not hurting each other. Me having a strong voice. Everybody's like, you're so loud, and I'm like, I'm so strong. Because, I mean, I have the ability to be loud if I needed to. Like, if I was gonna get killed, I could scream as loud as I possibly could, and people might come or something. That's a horrible, horrible description, but, I have the ability to speak up for what I think is right and wrong. My ability to cry, because I do cry. I don't really cry in front of people because it makes me feel ashamed, but when I need to, if I feel hurt or I feel threatened or I just feel upset or sad, I can cry and I can let it out. And that is very odd for someone to say that they enjoy, but I mean, it's one of my coping skills. I do use it to help me soothe myself, and God gave me the ability to cry by giving me tear ducts, and I'm very thankful for that. Seasons, especially the fall, because the fall is my favorite. It's not too hot and it's not too cold, and people are wearing clothes and they don't look like ew. Because a lot of girls at my school don't really wear appropriate clothing. I mean, I'm wearing a tank top and a cami, and I'm wearing this because it is very nice out, but it's not like spaghetti strapped. It's at least an inch thick, so. My health, it's not the greatest health, but I mean, I am healthy and up to par with everything. I'm the perfect weight, I'm the perfect height, I am 100%, and I love it. Acceptance, people accepting me for who I am and me being able to accept people for who they are. I am definitely pro-choice. I mean, my opinion can be stated sometimes, but I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do. That's just rude. The sun, without it, we would all freeze. Because the sun is another thing that God created to keep this planet alive and healthy. Just like He creates a lot of things to keep us alive and healthy. Holidays, days to be grateful for having, like Christmas, which is Jesus' birthday. Jesus gave up His life for ours. Well, God. That's a whole nother video. Sorry. Encouragement from my grandmother. Having her sit there and clap and just tell me that my turns were amazing when they were actually very crappy can definitely boost my self-esteem in my days when my teacher's like, you're not doing it right, you're not doing it right, you're not doing it right. And she's only doing that because she's the teacher, she gets paid to do it. I mean, dance teacher. She gets paid to do it. She's not mean to me, but she's helping me. And at least I have my grandma there to say, you're doing a great job. Keep up the great work. I love my grandma. Change. The ability for things to change. And I think I would still be a baby if things didn't change. Because, yeah, obviously things change physically, emotionally, everywhere. And I'm grateful for that. 55, photos. I kiss them. They help me remember the best times. That's my puppy Jack, who is living with someone else right now, but I still get to see him. So, and these are all my siblings, who I never really get to see very often. This is an old picture. There's me. Oh my gosh, my siblings, they were so little. And I'm grateful for them as well. Quality time with my grandmother. This is number 58, I think. No, 57. Quality time with my grandmother because I mean, I don't get it very often because she's with Kira or we're out doing something, but I mean, having one-on-one time, being able to like sit down and watch a television show with her is even the best of times, because I know she doesn't have a lot of years left. I mean, she does, but at the same time, who knows? That's up to God. Kindness, even the smallest act or word can change a mood or even a day, because people being kind to one another is what makes the world go round. My therapist, she's definitely helped me through a lot of hard times. She's taught in me so many coping skills. I should probably pick my mouse back up. She's taught me so many coping skills and so many things like you wouldn't even imagine. I've known her for 2.5 years. I've been seeing her for 2.5 years. She's amazing. Simplicity, the smallest things can be the most amazing. Like you said, a leaf or a piece of grass, it's there because God put it there. And that's exactly what I believe. Simplicity. Like something simple in my room. My orchid plant's not very simple. I'd show you that. I don't know. Grain of sand. Simplest things can be beautiful. Babies and people, they're all beautiful, unique creations of God, and it's just God showing off as to his creative ability. The most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people don't need makeup. They don't need high-class boob jobs and nose jobs and all this other stuff. Of course, I'm pro-choice, so whatever floats your boat. Apologies, because without them, a lot of people wouldn't like each other. I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit because this is a half hour in. Number 62, my reborns, of course, because they're pretty much my babies, even though they're off at reborn camp right now. Actually, they're on their way home. I'm excited. My accomplishments in life, I mean, I've had some great ones. Glitter in the color blue. The blue is my favorite color, and glitter just kind of makes me happy. And the fact that they're around, I know it's kind of a silly one, but they're just my favorite of all time. Respect of others and myself, being able to respect other people. My etiquette, I always say please and thank you and may I and all this other stuff. I do, more than anything. I don't even know why. It's like second nature to me. Journals. Something to write everything in. I love my journals. I have way more than I need, and this one's just barely full, but still. Energy to do things, because I know a lot of people that can't really even have the energy to get up off the couch, and I don't mean that as in a lazy way. I mean like people like my Aunt Tina. She is the skinniest little twig ever, and she can't get up to do things on her own anymore, because she doesn't have the energy. And I'm just glad that God gave me the energy to do the things that I love. The health of my grandma is definitely important. Every day something could go wrong, and normally it doesn't. And I mean, I'm so happy that she's healthy and alive and everything. I'm happy that I'm polite to people and people are polite back. I think that went with the etiquette one. Number 71, being able to take deep, long breaths. They definitely help me throughout the day. Advice from others. The great memories I've had with people who have passed on to be with Jesus. I can remember spending time with my great-grandmother like it was yesterday. She wasn't my great-grandmother. She was my Nana, my mother's mom. And she was a beautiful, beautiful lady, and I can remember almost every time I ever spent with her. Walking around barefoot. I love feeling textures on my feet and just being able to feel with my feet. I don't know. I love walking on rocks and walking on carpet and walking on tile and walking on wood floors and stuff like that. I just love the textures on my feet. Having the ability to say no. Because I have had friends that have tried to offer me drugs, and of course I say no, because, I don't know, everybody experiments with stuff, apparently, according to what I've heard. But I mean, you do what you want to do, And if you're willing to make those decisions and take those chances, then go for it. I mean, don't go for it. But still, I'm just happy to say that I haven't ran into anything like that, thank God. My ability to make some people laugh, and I do, and they just get the most joy. I think I got it from my dad's side of the gene pool because he is a very witty guy. Number 77, the ability to read. I love having the ability to read because, like, even the simplest signs, such as the stop sign, being able to read that and knowing what it means. My kidneys. And I wrote that because a lot of people in my family have had kidney failure and problems with their kidneys. And it's just really good for me to know that my kidneys are strong and healthy. I've had them looked at, actually, and they're fine, 100%. My metabolism, everybody's like, oh, you're so skinny, but not everybody's as perfect as you think they are. I am not as thin as a board. I'm thin this way wise, but this way I'm kind of plump in different places, and I mean, it's perfect. It's who I am. It's what I want to be, because I don't want to be as thin as a twig. I don't want to be not. But people are who they are, and we're given our body shapes because that's the body shape God has wanted to give us. To sit and eat meals with my grandmother, which I just did. We had pork ribs, and we had potatoes and broccoli, and it was really, really, really good. And my grandma just kind of gave me weird looks because I was eating my broccoli with A1 sauce. I don't want the A1 sauce to go to waste. The ability to visit with my loved ones, like, the ability to visit with my loved ones, because not everybody has the ability to do that. Like, some people have relatives across the world. I have relatives across the state because they live all in Vermont and I'm in New York. The roof over my head, of course, it's not the 5-star roof that everybody would want, but it's something. Sorry that this is in my face. Finding my life purpose. I honestly think my life purpose is to bring joy to others and myself. And so far, I love doing that. All of my answered prayers, all of the prayers that God has answered for me, like, when I pray for others, it just feels like I've contributed to them. Even if I can't donate a dime, I still pray. And knowing that I prayed to them, it just gives me something to be proud of myself for. Finding light in a bad situation. That's definitely one thing that God has given us that I am way more grateful way grateful for. I love everything that I have ever been given, even if it's bad or good. Knowing the sun will come up tomorrow. It's a nanny song. Everybody knows it, but it's definitely true. Everybody knows that the sun's going to come up tomorrow, whether it be behind clouds, whether it be behind rain, whether it be behind snow. It'll come up. Going on hikes with my dad. I used to go up to Georgetti Park all the time with my father, and I loved it so much. Performing on stage, which is another part of my dance. I have the stage presence, and I mean, I'm not afraid of it, and it's definitely helped me a lot being on stage. Choosing to forgive people, not always forgetting, but of course forgiving, because forgiveness can take you a lot longer than holding a grudge. Books can take your mind on an adventure, and they really can. It's like an emotional high for me to get lost in a book. I love it. It just makes me feel like a different person. Accomplishing goals. Of course, that's always fun for everyone, but still, just giving me the opportunity to accomplish my goals is amazing. I'm almost done. 92. Swedish fish. Swedish fish is my all-time 100% favorite candy. It is the best candy ever. And I love it, and I'm so glad that God created the person that created Swedish fish. Farmers who grow the food I eat, because even though God brings life to the earth, he needs farmers to help him plant them. Being able to ride a bike, because not everybody has the ability to ride a bike. I mean, it took me forever to ride a bike. I was 12 before I learned how to ride a two-wheeler, and I know that's a little bit weird, but I mean, not everybody can do it. Not everybody has the confidence to do it, and I was not one of those children who had the confidence to get up and ride a bike. But I do have the legs to ride a bike. I do have the feet to ride a bike, and I'm very grateful for that as well. Thunderstorms. I love thunderstorms. They are my favorite. I love sitting and watching the lightning go by, and it's just amazing to know that that was not man-made. That was something that God created, and he would have wants to share with us. Having health insurance. We have health insurance because my grandfather used to work for the state of Vermont, so we got free Cigna health insurance, and it does help out a lot because they do pay for a lot of things. This is my photo album, by the way. I don't know why I'm holding it. Trustworthy and nice police officers. They do help with a lot. Like if someone was to get mugged or something, they would, yeah. Police are definitely, police, firefighters, EMTs. Cherry blossom trees. Even though there's none around here, I still love them. They are my favorite type of plant. And cherry blossoms just remind me of Japan. Like, I've never been to Japan, but I want to go to Japan more than anything. And I even have an orchid. It's sitting right there in my room. And number 100 is Teresa Brainard. Because she is, and I know that's such a kiss butt thing to say, but I'm honest, like, you are so nice to actually take the time to make these dolls. God created, well, he didn't create you so that you could make dolls, of course. He created you for so much more, and you already know that. But I would just like to say thank you so much for putting on this contest, because it's definitely shown me a lot of things that I'm grateful for. And I have shared this list with my grandmother, and she gave me a giant hug, which is one of the things on here that I loved. Actually, a couple of them, having her around, having her be healthy, being able to give hugs and get hugs. My senses, because I can just cuddle up and be warm with my grandma, and I love her so much. And I would just like to say thank you to Teresa Brainard for putting on this contest so that I could actually look deeper inside myself and find out what I'm actually thankful for. Now, this video is 42 minutes long, so I'm probably going to have to cut it in half. So, I'm just going to sign off right now. My name is Marilyn, and I'm Reborn Mommy Olivia, and I love being Reborn Mommy Olivia, and I love being Marilyn. Bye!